Hey guys, it's Miss Narez here with another art lesson from my home studio in Coppell, Texas. In this video, we will be learning a little bit about something called drawing light until you get it right. And to practice that, we will create this still life of a bowl of fruit. For this lesson, you will need pencil, an eraser, and a marker, maybe Sharpie or Crayola. Hey guys, today's tip is draw light until you know it's right. When you draw lightly, you're trying not to press too hard with your pencil. And this is important so that you have better control over where your pencil goes. And the best part, if you make a mistake, it will erase easily. And you won't feel like you need to start over so much. When learning to draw lightly, try not to let your pencil press down onto the paper so much. It's like you're whispering with your pencil, because you can barely see the line. Just like with whispering, you can barely hear someone speak. The type of drawing I'm doing here is called sketching. It lets you loosely design your art without worry. So let's take a look at what not to do. You want to try not to press down onto the paper too hard and drag your pencil along. This will cause you to not be able to control exactly where your pencil is going to land. Take a look at how my first drawing where I sketched lightly, you can erase and the line completely disappears. This will give you a complete new chance to start over and try anew without getting a new piece of paper. Now let's take a look what happens when you try to erase this line that I drew with lots of pressure. Even after all that effort, look, you can still see the line. You can even feel it. So remember, draw light until you know it's right. Okay, now we're going to practice. I'd like you to pause the video and go find a piece of scrap paper like this one. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is write the first letter of your first name the way you normally would with a pencil. Give it a little pressure like you normally would. Now let's try writing the same letter, but we'll try sketching lightly this time. Remember, it's like you're whispering with your pencil, so barely touch the paper. Try it one more time, see if you can get even softer. Nice. Okay. Now let's see what happens when we try to erase. Remember, hold your paper. All right, give it a good erase, and then erase the others. All right, keep going. Don't forget, you can pause the video anytime you need to. Okay, let's take a look at our results. Hopefully you're able to notice that the letters we drew with sketchy lines with light pressure really disappear, and there's no need to get a new piece of paper, but that first one you can still see the C, can't you? Okay, let's apply what we've just learned to a new drawing. We're going to be drawing a still life bowl of fruit. I'm going to start with the curved line for the sides and the bottom of the bowl. I'm drawing with very light pressure, and I even like to turn the paper so that the curve I'm drawing is kind of the same all the way around. Just makes it easier for me. You could try it too. Okay, pause here if you need to. Okay, now let's draw the top of the bowl, but I'm going to be using a curved line instead of a straight line because the top of a bowl is typically round. Next, we'll draw the fruit. Let's start with an apple. I'm going to be using my sketchy light lines to draw a curved line, but more of a semicircle because you can't see the bottom of this circle. It's inside the bowl. Now let's draw some grapes. I'm going to start with a circle, but will end up being a semicircle. You can just follow along. I'm going to start with one at the bottom and two stacked on top. and 3 on the next row. And maybe a little extra. All right. Okay, pause here if you need to. Let's do a banana next. We'll use another curved line, but it's going to be a lot longer. We're going to go up, up, up high. And then we'll add a little stem. I like to put a little oval on top of my stem. Makes it look a little 3D. It's kind of cool. Oh, maybe I'll fix that a little bit, but good thing I drew lightly. When I erase, it disappears. All right, now we're going to go out a little bit and follow that same curve down. We can add a little detail line on our banana. We can also add some details around our artwork. Right here, we need a curved line. That shows the bowl going back into space. Do it on the other side, and now we can add some more details. We'll draw a stem with another oval on top. We can also draw a leaf. We draw 2 curved lines, one that looks like it's smiling and one that looks like it's frowning. For the apple, we'll add a curved line to the top. It kind of shows you that there's an indentation in the top of the apple where the stem goes down into the apple. Use your eraser to fix up anything you need, and we'll move on. Next, we're going to give this drawing some perspective. If we draw a line behind the bowl of fruit, it will look as though the bowl of fruit is in a 3D environment, like it's sitting on a table. And for my table, I'm going to draw diagonal lines spaced out, maybe as if it was made out of wood. Okay, you could pause here and finish up your table. We can give our drawing even more depth and perspective if we put something behind the table. I'm going to draw a chair. It's really easy to draw. You just need a rectangular lines. Follow along, watch me, and then you can pause the video and make your own. And how about a window on the other side? Now our space is really going to look awesome. I'll give it a curtain. Looks kind of like the letter R. And then we'll do the window ledge and the window panes. Okay, take your time and pause when you need to. So once you know you got it right, it's time to do something else. You can make your lines permanent by using Sharpie. I have 2 different sizes here. One's very fine and one is fine, a little thicker. I'm going to start with the lighter lines. You could always add more lines later. This is kind of a thin line, and I'd like to talk to you guys now about line weight while you watch me outline for a moment. Lines can have different weights. Some look thinner, some look thicker. We like to say weights because maybe they look lighter or heavier. I'm starting with my thinnest lines here. And when I use Sharpie, I try to draw in certain directions. It's usually more difficult to draw in an upward direction than it is to drag the Sharpie down like this. So try going different directions and see which one you feel more comfortable using. I'm going to go through this entire drawing with my thin marker, outlining every pencil line that I made, and then I am going to do some erasing. That's a really key important part. And after that, I can even add some heavier lines. Okay, now I'm going to use my thicker Sharpie to add some lines that seem a little heavier and thicker. But I'm not going to do this everywhere, otherwise they'll all look the same again. I'm trying to have some variety in the lines that I'm using. Some thin, some thick. We have some curved lines, some straight lines. So take a look as I do this, and then we'll let you know what you're going to do next. And now that I've thought about it, I think maybe I'll add a few more. That's better. Alright guys, I hope you had fun. Next, I'd like for you to complete this project and make it your own. You could add more lines, more shapes, more patterns, anything you want. You could use crayons to color it in. You could use colored pencils, or maybe even some markers. Whatever you have at home, that's what I'd like for you to use. And have fun!